that some people are planning to do what? 70 days. Did anybody lose? Did we crack any place? In fact, we were even giving money, water to beggars and people. Isn't that the Nigeria that we want? And part of what we are going to do, we will penetrate every institution. What I mean is that the good people will go enter police, will go enter DSS, will go enter INEC, will go enter everywhere. Because if we don't enter, bad people wait there, go continue. So when they told me a few weeks ago, I went to UK, like my daughter would say, to go for a rest. 12 months of working. Jakpa, me, Jakpa. Jakpa. No, those of you who want to, we will help you to go. Like I told you, we'll help you. But this place, we are here. We die here. Because we understand that there is too much at stake. And I want to bring another young, dynamic leader in our movement. Is the DG of the Big Tent. Malam Ibrahim Abdul Karim is here. Please. And I know that some of you that don't understand Hausa, Zaku ji yaren sosai zaku gane me muke ciki a ciki yau. Kun gane ko? Even if you understand ka ce kun gane ko? Yawwa shikenan gama tabas. Haka. I also quickly want to bring up Uncle Gambo. Please come up. Put your hands together for Uncle Gambo. Let him come up. Let him come up. Let him come up. Also another young leader. You see, we are here today. You cannot say it is. This is what the Nigerian debate is, not the obedient debate, is it? So help me welcome a youth leader, Calgo in the building, all the way. A staunch chieftain of the PDP is here. Let him come up. Let him come up. Put your hands together for him. Come on now. I reach out to some of the APC people that have been making noise online. I say, come, because we want to ask you a question. Please, are you here so that they will not say we marginalize anybody? Are you here? Please, if you are here, all of you that, please, you can come. We are here. Because you are going to talk to us here so that the world can hear. Prof is not here yet, but Chief Dr. Ame is here. Dr. Peter Ame is here. Please make your way up to the stage. Make your way up to the stage. Prof is on his way. Fantastic. And I'm going to ask because my friend and brother, okay, Mazi, Ihioma, and Mazi Namdi, please make your way up to the stage. Make your way up to the stage. Ned, you have to put one more chair here because I'm bringing two elders up. It's going to just be, oh my goodness. Help me. I need put one more seat here. I want both Mama Cecilia, please. Mama Jigi Jigi, please put your hands together for her. She comes up. And also, Mama Door to Door is here. I need two more seats. You know, Mama Door to Door, come here. And I need... okay, let's have that representation for that. Let's have Indidi Mbago, please come here. Come here. Come here. Mommy, sit down right. No, I need you to sit down. Yes. So the woman will sit here. We need one more seat because I have to bring up Ambassador Cash and also our leader. You have to sit, so the women sit at the edge. Put this. Okay. Yeah, we can. Can sit. Okay, fine. Okay. I think we're okay. I need a microphone from there. We need an additional, just a microphone from there. We'll have, we're okay, we're well covered. Let's have you come up so you can join the women. Let's have one of the veteran mothers. Between you and Dr. Who is coming up? Between you and no, wait. No, hold. Let's not suffer you too much. I need a young. Is there a lady that traveled at least 2-3 states during the campaign or anything? Is there any lady, young girl here? Is there any young person? They are shy. It's okay. I just need Maureen. Come up here. Come. No, it's okay. Just leave. She'll sit here. Please put your hands together for Maureen. Come. So at least they can see how the selection was done. So it's not something that was cooked somewhere. We don't cook result anyway. What you see is what you. That's what we're here for. And right away we're going to hit it up straight. You know. I want to. Do we have any lawyer amongst us here? But let's attempt this. I want to see who can help us out here. What is the difference between a runoff and a rerun? Can somebody help us? Now, these are open questions. They're not directed. They are questions directed as you can do that. Dr. Peter, can we appreciate him?
Well, rerun means exactly what it says. You ran, it was inconclusive, and you are running again. Rerun. But a runoff means you ran and some people fell off. So those who fell off will not be a part of those who will run again.
I think that's an excellent job he has done with that. What you're saying, because we need to break, you know we have energy and passion here. But energy and passion without strategy is useless. So that your candidate will not be the one that will join the runoff. I will not be able to rerun. Because what we're here to do also is to educate people. Because tomorrow, no, give him the mic because we're going to go around like that. Tomorrow, from the judgment, they're either going to be a runoff, or a rerun, or what? Or a no run. Do you understand? So that if there is a rerun, you know, from the INEC, I didn't say your own, from INEC stipulated agenda, in 1, 2, 3, for the bulk of the people here, I'm an obedient. They said that we came third. Isn't that so? It means, Dr. Peter, from what you're saying, if there is a runoff.
If there is a runoff, it's going to be between 1 and 2.
Did you hear that? Now, do you understand the meaning of runoff? Somebody say it depends. Please talk to us. Give him the mic. That's Doctor.
If there's a runoff and the first person is disqualified as we requested,
aha,
it will be between us and the other.
Aha. Give Dr. Peter, Dr. Ahmed, still holding the mic. I want to move to the question. What happens if Tinubu is disqualified at the tribunal tomorrow? What is going to happen?
The issue is we are in a democracy, and the judiciary has been given the authority to do whatever in line with the stipulated laws, regulations and constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If they decide that evidence put before them is substantial enough for a runoff not to include Tinubu, so Tinubu will have a right to go to Supreme Court to look at the case again. But that law, that judgment will stand, and the two who have been asked to do a runoff will continue to rejoice until the Supreme Court either affirm the judgment of the Presidential Election Tribunal or decide otherwise. But not everyone will not fall.
Wow. I want to feel the energy in this room. I want to feel the energy in this room. Let me know if Tinubu is disqualified tomorrow, what is going to happen in Nigeria? Doc, not be me, or they say there'll be celebration all over Nigeria. I'm not the one that said it, oh. All right, give Uncle Mazi the microphone. What happens if Peter Obi is said is disqualified based on technicalities tomorrow? What is going to happen?
No, first of all, no heaven will fall because of anybody. That is why I felt very, very insulted or assaulted as a Nigerian when Justice Mary Odili the other day was speaking and said we shouldn't bring down the roof. What roof? We can't bring down the roof. This is our nation. And all we're asking for is, according to the book, the Constitution, do justice to all. Do justice to the system. The Nigerian state deserves justice. No one individual should be above the nation. Not one person. Not one person. So heaven will not fall if we get justice done tomorrow. And these 5 justices have an opportunity to save themselves and save Nigeria. Because should they uphold this illegality, then the Nigerian state is going to be seen as a crime scene, a crime center, where you just grab it, run with it, and that's what will be defined as election. So, first of all, to answer your question about POT tomorrow is the only candidate in that election that they announced, this so-called who is president now. In that election, he's the only one who goes to places in the mosque, in the church, in supermarkets, in motor parks, and Nigerian people gather to receive him. So we know who was voted. We know who the Nigerian people voted, irrespective of the zone, whether north or anywhere Peter Obi goes to. The Nigerian people, including those in power, they struggle to take pictures with him. He is the legitimate candidate that won the election. So, however, should our Lord Justices, the 5 of them, decide otherwise and say, oh, like Justice Odili attempted to do, you know, because as far as I was concerned, she was acting a script. Of course, if you observed thoroughly in that outing, there were moments she wobbled because she was veering possibly off the script. That script won't work. No, it won't work because we, the Nigerian people, first of all, we own the legitimacy. We, the Nigerian people. And anybody who thinks that under this democratic dispensation that we can be gagged, that the Nigerian people can be stopped from expressing whatever their displeasure towards the system is, then they are joking.
Wow.
No, it's a joke. It's a huge joke.
Wow.
This is my country. Thank God you went out there to rest. I will not go anywhere to rest. Here is home. Here is home. If I can't rest here, then this is not home.
Wow.
All my life.
Wow.
And hear this. I said this with every sense of responsibility. All my life. I'm 46 years old today. I've only left Nigeria 3 days. Wow. Only 3 days. All my life. Wow. Where did I go to? The place where the Aburi Accord was signed. That's where I went to. I went to sit down there and feel the pulse of the founding fathers of this nation. So our Lord Justices need to understand the spirit behind our corporate existence as a people. This is an opportunity for us to institutionalize the system that would work for all.
Wow.
Or we promote a system that will be defined as plutocracy, which is government of the rich, by the rich, and for the rich.
Wow.
If that's what we want to practice here, fine. But if this is the democracy as we want, then they are joking to think that they can gag us.
One more time. Come on, appreciate.
Our Lord Justices will do justice.
Wow.
Should they not do justice? Well, unfortunately, they themselves would have been the ones that have defined for us that Nigeria is a chaotic place, a crime scene where during election you don't need to be peaceful. You don't need to follow the books. You don't need to obey INEC. All you need to do is on that day grab it and run with it.
Wow.
That will be a sin.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Let's appreciate Mazi Namdi for that answer. Thank you. Thank you. By the way, I went to look for Lord Lugard. That's why I went to the UK.
That's good, man. That's good.
I went searching for him because I wanted to find out. I didn't go to rest. Went to find out
how he joined this place with Flora Shaw, Northern and Southern Protectorate. That's why you went to find out.
I want, yes, to see him and thank him, really, because Lord Lugard did something beautiful. You don't know? Beautiful. And Flora Shaw, we have to thank her for life. Before you came, you know, Niger is from the word nigger, which means black.
Dark area.
Dark area. Even white comes from what? From darkness, from blackness. So we are the black people. Gold, uranium, everything that is good comes from what? And we were named after the most beautiful thing that can ever exist in humanity. Black people. We are the same people. And also, I wanted to ask him how he knew. The reason why Nigerians are the most industrious people, because we were formed out of trading. This is a trade center. Slavery, trade, this is the trade center.
Yeah.
You know, some people make a joke and say, look at you people. Is it not just, do you know what it means that trade? Has money ever joined you and somebody? It is money that has joined the elite class together. That is why they don't. Do you understand? White supremacy, it is the sweetest thing that has brought us together. And River Niger is the spiritual river. We are spiritual people. We are, you know, you see, if you say you are Mami Water people, you think it's a joke. This microphone is Mami Water. It's just that they used it well, but came to disrupt us. So we are born out of blackness. We are black people. Industrious people. That's why anywhere you throw Nigerians, they take trade. Everywhere. Everything all over the world. So one more time, appreciate Lord Lugard. They didn't do, if God has destined you for greatness, even your enemy will call you your real name.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see him, but also I would have conked him small, you understand? But thank him. So, by the way, I just said that to say that is why I traveled. So 1-1. It was 1,000,001 before.
It's okay, bro.
All right. All right. Cargo, you are a young person. You have done fantastic. If tomorrow, and I like the fact that you can see, as a leader in the Atiku wing, if you are one of those judges tomorrow, number one, what are you going to do? And if Atiku is disqualified, what is going to happen?
First of all, God forbid bad thing. Igbo kwenu, Yoruba kwenu, Hausa kwenu, Nigeria kwenu. Lot of things have happened, and I am angry because this is supposed to be been done more than like 2 months ago, not now. Wow. We should have come together to do things like this 2-3 months back, so that we can unite properly and face the enemy. Enough of all these things that are happening. Nobody is asking any questions. These leaders, they have Nnamdi Azikiwe back then. They have Obafemi Awolowo back then. And also Sir Ahmadu Bello. But who do we have? We have nobody. These are people that build a better bridge for them to cross. But we have nothing. If Atiku is disqualified tomorrow, I don't want to talk now, but along the way I will talk before the programs end. It's not even going to happen because Atiku won the election. And we know what happened. We have all the records. They go around, all the Agbado boys making noise, all sort of nonsense. Sorry to put the word nonsense. But we're going to just watch and see what they're going to do tomorrow. And nobody here, is there anybody here that read the Constitution here?
The question is, if Atiku is disqualified tomorrow, what is going to happen? It's a straight question. It's not for you to say whether if he's disqualified. We've answered that here for Tinubu, for Obi. If Atiku is disqualified, what is going to happen?
A lot of things is going to happen because enough is enough. We're not going to take it. We're going to watch it, and then we're going to take action on it because we know Atiku won this election. So we're going to stand for our rights, and then we're going to protect our votes. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought that deserved an applause. I mean, he's answering the question, right? Yeah. I want to ask Ibrahim Abdulkarim Malam, who will be the umpire if there is a rerun or a runoff in this election?
This is very tricky because I don't know, Gambo, Gambo cannot be, I cannot be, and the INEC that we took to court, I don't think, because the indictment is on who? And so I think we can do something better. Maybe they can do, we have a lot of books, we can go through our edition and check and see if we can sack some people and see if we can have another.
No, but as we speak right now, Professor Yakub Mahmoud is still the chairman of INEC in Nigeria. The whole world is watching us here. Alhaji Ibrahim Abdulkarim, tomorrow is Judgment Day.
Yes.
We're here on ground zero in the capital city of Abuja.
Yes.
There is going to be judgment tomorrow.
Yes.
If there is a rerun or a runoff, who is going to be the umpire of
Actually,
that?
it's not going to be INEC of Yakubu. We Nigerians will come out. It's not going to be him.
Dr. Peter, can we hear you?
It's not going to be.
Well, if we insist that this is not a banana republic, then we should really behave like we are not in a banana republic. If you are in the university and you fail an exam, what happens? You go for a receipt. So I don't see why we are all so frightened about this. We have the INEC chairman, and his name is Mahmoud Yakubu. So if he failed, and if the judicial system thinks he failed, then he should go for a receipt. And secondly, let's look at this dispassionately. Constitutionally, who appoints the INEC chairperson? Your constitution is so funny, and you're sitting here applauding Mo when he keeps on praising a criminal. You know, Mo has said beautiful things about a man that I know is a criminal. And you know the man, and they taught you a wrong history. And that's why my friend Mo traveled all the way to the UK searching for a criminal named Lugard, who criminally brought together people who had no cultural or ethnic ties together. And he created this problem we are faced with right now. So our constitution clearly says, except you change it, and you can't change it between now and tomorrow, that your president appoints the chairman of INEC. In other words, I appoint the person. You know, it's like Man U and Chelsea is going to play, and you tell the coach of Man U to appoint a referee. What were you thinking when you were writing this? So we already have an INEC chairman. His name is Mahmoud Yakubu. And I think he should conduct it again while we write his history for him.
Wow. Thank you very much, Doctor. What I'm trying to say is very simple. Somebody come up on television or and tell me he is going to grab it and run with it. So what I'm telling Nigerians is that if you see things that are not well written in the Constitution, it's right for us to sit like this and make sure that we change that what is affecting us so that we can do the right thing. We can't be complaining of things since 1960 and also always see it. That's why when Indidi came on here, she said what? We should keep talking. Let me tell you what happens today. Is the talking that we continue doing that we have a presence today and we are talking, and tomorrow they are televising the, what do you call it? They are televising the judgment. If we keep quiet and make reference to the old system and the faulty things around us, then they are going to keep on riding on what they are doing. We have to stick and stand to the change that we want. And we must create the change ourselves. And we are too many for that.
Wow. Wow. Give the mic. I mean, can we appreciate it even much more than, come on now. I want to take on Ihioma just before I return to Uncle Gambo here. But we hear you loud and clear in the submissions that you have made. Is America part of our problem?
Dr. Mo, I know a musician.
You don't have a visa yet?
I know a musician that came from Nigeria. And he became one of the greatest artists in the world. And he sang one song, Suffer, suffer for work, enjoy for heaven. I be shopping, go they talk. Allahu Akbar. Open your eyes everywhere. Archbishop na meliki. Pope na enjoyment. To cut it short, that was what Fela said to us. And Fela sang a song and he said this, suffering and smiling. The biggest problem we have is us, Nigerians. There is no America that is causing your problem. The day we wake up becomes our morning. We have been sleeping and we're still sleeping. The day we decide to wake up as a country, when we want to say enough is enough, enough will be enough. One of the great problems we have is not America, it's not UK, it's not even the man who put us together criminally. It's because we have decided to sleep and keep quiet. And we're snoring. Now, the danger in where we are, you can be snoring in an AC room, it's understandable. But when you are snoring in a roof on fire, I think you need help. You are snoring in a tidious river. The sea is flowing you. There's turbulence and you are still snoring. The last time I checked, your name is not Jesus. I think that's the problem we're having in this country. We are still snoring. Briefly, they took the election from you. The judges started what they do. I was watching social media yesterday and I was looking at all the election counting sections. All I was hearing was 75. OB. I go to Imo State, I was seeing 20. OB. I went to Lagos State, I was seeing where votes were counted. And I was looking for one place where they grab it, hold it, and run with it was counted. I didn't see anyone. Yet, they declared them winner. And we're still, blame nobody but yourself.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You know, one thing more. Just like what my brother here says, it's absolutely right. And we caused all this problem ourselves. Because we are also, we should have been coming onto a program like this for a very long time. It is in this same country whereby you have somebody from Lagos. If there's a problem in Sokoto, you'll be like, I don't care, let them deal with their problem. Somebody from Kebbi, if there's a problem in Enugu, you'll be like, I don't care, let the Igbos go. This is where we got it wrong from the beginning. We are not united. And let me tell you one funny thing. You see, these are our leaders. They are not afraid of the youth, whether you like it or not, because they know we easily compromise. That is our biggest problem. Thank you.
That brings us to what you're saying is very, very serious. Remember the introduction we did here about the tool of politics, ethnicity, religion, and how they use that against us. In Europe and in the West, what they do is that they introduce black and white to divide the people. But when you come back home, they use religion and ethnicity to divide us and to continue.
Yes, sorry. Let me introduce something. The ever time Nigeria made progress in the history post-independent is when young people decided to take the bull by the hand. And they decided that this is the direction to go. Our leaders, whether they were military, whether they were civilians, as at that time, they made progress. Please, check their age gaps and brackets. Find out those people who made progress. They named their Azikiwe, the Awolowos. How old were they when they were making progress? 40s. How come you and I are standing here and let ancestors rule us and tell us where to go, and yet we refuse to stand up? How come we are standing here? Ancestors are making decisions for young people. My mates out there are out of politics. I'm 52. Out there, my mates are out of politics. They're supposed to be leading people. But I'm still waiting for the youth who will be the last of tomorrow. I don't know what you are waiting for. I think it's time to stand up. Thank you.
I'm coming. I want to ask Mama Yara. I was in Lagos 4 days ago. The streets of Lagos was empty. I saw mothers trekking and walking because they can't even afford transportation. Mama Yara, I don't know whether you trek and came here. What are the women going to do? Because I saw mothers and out of, I don't know how to react to it, but what message? He's spoken to the youth that will allow, in any case, the reason we are here, because we have more questions for some people, and that's why you can see the question we're asking objectively, but fearlessly. And somebody said, if Tinubu is disqualified tomorrow, nothing's going to happen. And yes, some people expect that he'll be disqualified. Because I'm not the one that said it, but primary school, certificate, no day. Secondary school, university,
No day.
Chicago State University had to close all their portals because Nigerians bombarded it. So while I agree that Nigerian youth, yeah, what we haven't done is break down the system. But Nigerian youths are awake. They are awake. There is an elephant, a lion has been touched. And that lion is not going to sleep anymore. No, let me tell you, inside this place, I know there are DSS inside this place sitting down. And they are watching it right now in G20, and they are watching our program. You don't know they are watching? There is no other place on earth that this meeting is happening. It's only happening here in Abuja. The fact that this meeting can happen shows that we are fearless, number one. Number two, we know our rights. And we are waiting for them to do what they will do tomorrow. Are we not waiting for them? Are you not waiting for them? That we did protest for 70 days and did not destroy Abuja is because we know our right. But Mama Yara, before you answer that, now that we're touching on the heat of this, Dr. Peter, is military action an option for us? Let's go to the meat of this discussion. Because I'm coming for Prof. You're talking something. If the youths have known their right, they've come out to demonstrate and march everywhere. And yet, because we said, particularly, let me say this, because, and I will say it here, because P.O. said, don't be violent. He said, don't be violent. Otherwise, I can tell you that the worst of people are part of the obedient. We know how to snatch too. We know how to grab too. We know how to run too. You think PDP youth cannot do that? They can do it, but they chose not to because this is our house. And what you are doing, are you up there? Do you have the video of Falana? It's 3 minutes. Please play it right now. Play it right now before Dr. Peter responds to that. Play that video right now. So that let's hear as we attend to this question. This is Dr. Haruna Goro. Go to the next one. You people saw your president and you are mourning. Why are you mourning? Okay, play this, let's see. Why you look for, just play this, let's see. Go back to Dr. Haruna Goro. Go back to Dr. Haruna Goro and see. Play it, let's listen, take a listen.
Hello fellow Nigerians, a lot is happening, a lot is happening. This is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. It's been a while, but I need to bring you up to date with what is happening in Africa. And if we are not careful, we will have something like that in Nigeria. Did you just hear what happened in Gabon? Let's not think that this may not happen in Nigeria. I want you to listen to what former President Jonathan said. He was virtually warning us as Nigerians, talking to those people who think that what is happening now with the young people are just disgusted with the way that elections are being done. The people that did not win elections are the ones that they are enthroning as presidents over nations. And that's why the people are standing up. Let's not be surprised if that happens in Nigeria. Don't sit down there and say, no, Nigeria is different. Was Nigeria not having many coups before? Is it because we have this thing we call democracy that is a sham? We all know that Tinubu was not legitimately elected by the people. That's why we must be careful. We are calling on the judges that are sitting on the election tribunal to make sure there is justice if they want peace in Nigeria. I want you to listen to what former President Jonathan has to say. You remember, during Jonathan's time, he said his ambition or his wanting to go a second term is not worth the blood of one Nigerian. That's why peacefully he relinquished power. But the current ones we see today, they want to hold on to power by hook or by crook. And that's why Jonathan is warning. We shouldn't think that because we have peace now, that it will be like that forever. I want you to watch it. Let me know what you have to say. What do you think about Nigeria?
Let me use this opportunity to advise us who are politicians and those of us who are in the security services that while we are doing the job we are meant to do, let us not, because the judiciary is very conservative, try to blackmail them or squeeze them. Sometimes when we have political powers, we get blinded. They say sometimes your wisdom is consumed with confidence. When we bear the big name, president, governor, all the speakers and so on, we become so blinded, especially even in the security services. When you're holding certain positions, become so blinded. But society is changing, and we must learn, we must admonish ourselves. And civil society is becoming very, very active. And certain things that probably we do and get away with it, we may not get away with it tomorrow. If we take laws into our hands and try to squeeze society, young people will react. It happens when I was a president in a sister country, Burkina Faso, where by their law, if the president is not there because they have no vice president, it's the speaker of the parliament that will take over the country and manage the country. The president wanted to amend the constitution so you go for a third tenure. And from the thinking of society, the parliament was compromised, so the speaker was to do it. The young people in Burkina Faso, the civil society, they mobilized and moved in to the parliament to kill the speaker. The security people couldn't defend it. The speaker has to run away. They burned down the parliament, the national parliament of that country. The mob moved into the state house to attack the president. The president defense squad that was even stronger than national army couldn't stop the mass movement. Otherwise, you kill everybody. The president has to run to Côte d'Ivoire. The country was in a quagmire. Their constitution said the president is not there, the speaker. Now the president ran away, the speaker ran away. Nobody to take over power. The military have to step in. So we, the politicians, and those of us who are holding sensitive security positions should know that society is changing so much and that we should do everything based on the rule of law.
We are all seeing what is happening in West Africa, how the military is taking over many of our African states. And don't sit down there and think that Nigeria is any different. You push the people to the wall, you never can tell what they are capable of doing. And that's why we are calling on the judiciary to do the right thing. See what just happened in Niger. We're not even done with that. And then there was an election last Saturday in Gabon. And they again stole the election, rigged the election, and this man wants to continue. Somebody that has been there 2 times and his family have been there for about 50 years or more, and he wants to go a 3rd time. And the people didn't vote him, but they used the Electoral Commission to rig him in. This has been happening from one nation to the other in Africa. When will this thing stop? That's why the army are now taking over power in Gabon after the election was rigged. And President Ali Bongo is said to be the one that has won the election. Obviously, the people didn't vote for him, but he forced himself on the people. So that's why the army came out and took over power. And he was there under house arrest, telling his supporters to go out. And we waited to see where the supporters were. And when the army came out, and now that they have taken over power, the nation, they went into celebration. People were all on the street cheering the army.
Another day, another military coup in Africa. This time in the Central African country, Gabon, where crowds are celebrating the toppling of 14-year President Ali Bongo, whose family have held power since 1967. A mutiny that unfolded shortly after his re-election announcement.
Les élections générales du 26 août 2023.
The general elections of August the 28th, 2023, as well as its fall.
Thank you. Can we celebrate Dr. Haruna Goro? He's been consistent from day one, speaking truth to power fearlessly. He has been attacked several times. People have called him and spoken all kinds of things to him, but he has consistently maintained to continue to speak truth to power. I believe that the military cannot take over government in Nigeria, Dr. Peter. I know they will not, and they cannot, and they should not. Is military coup an option?
Let me begin by singing the national anthem of your country, you Nigerians. Let's interpret the content. The first word is what? Arise. Just forget every other thing. The very first word in your national anthem is what? Arise. Is that not your national anthem? Did it tell you to sit down? So why don't we think? Did the national anthem tell you to calm down? No. Is it calm down, oh compatriots? No. Is it cool down, oh compatriots? No. What does it say? Now, when the politicians twist the populace to the point that they can no longer arise, just like what happened in Lekki toll gates, where the youths, following what their own national anthem has told them, they arose. They came out in public. Who shot the youths? Who killed the youths? Who killed the youths? So when the youths arose, they did exactly what their constitution, what their national anthem told them to do, and these soldiers shot them. All options are on the table. If tomorrow the soldiers decide to do what the national anthem says, arise, O compatriots. Nigeria's what? Call. What do you do to the call? Obey. Be obedient. The national anthem has told you to be obedient when there is a call. There is a call at the moment. And if the youth tried it and they were shut down, and if another man with a gun decides to arise, he didn't do anything wrong. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Prof, I want you to come up for a minute. Please come up. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Chris Mwakobia, just a break in interlude. Just come up for a minute. Just come up here because you're going to be talking to us right now. By the way, one more time, put your hands together for Dr. Peter Piper for his submission. Professor Chris, I'm bringing you up not for your keynote yet, but because I need you to break something. Please come up here. You have to come up here. Just stand right there. If you want to sit, that's okay. But we want to ask you something very, very interesting because we are online, people are sending different questions, and this is directed to you because some people want to understand. Somebody said that you are a lawyer. They want to know. They want to know the difference between the question that is yours now. What they call the okay, good. Substantial and technical. What does that mean? Because we are hearing that on the grounds of technicality, anything is possible. We want to understand, just like Piper helped us to understand rerun and what? And runoff. And off-run. What is it about this? We are lay people, so that tomorrow we don't we are not confused about the televisation of what is going to happen tomorrow. And by the way, as you're answering that, as a lawyer too, we want to know, because some of the lawyers in both the PDP and the Labour Party and the APM had requested that the hearing be televised, but it was never televised. But now we are having the judgment being televised. We need you to attend to this as a lawyer yourself very quickly.
Well, about 4 weeks ago, I posted something that's been trending for a while now, which is no to technicalities. Oftentimes people hide behind semantics and mantra to deceive. Oftentimes people hide behind it to do injustice. Oftentimes people hide behind it to delude, denude, and cover truth. But here we have facts that are as lucid as daybreak. Here we have a case that is as glaring, like Gandhi would say, as the Himalayas. We have a case that is obviously incontrovertible. I've heard people talk about 25% of Abuja, where what technicality will defeat that? I've heard people talk about the fact that there was a forfeiture in the US. What technicality will cover, throw that in the dustbin? I've heard people talk about double nomination. These are fundamental issues. You know, you can hide behind technicalities to deceive when the facts are not as glaring as Olympic. And so I have said, and I want to repeat here, it was one great author who said, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we're practiced to deceive. Sir Walter Scott. They have thrown two teasers before the world, true teasers before you. Gazama has thrown his. Mary Odili, for all you care, I was thinking very early this morning, and I just said, oh, ODILI. What could that pass for? Is it overwhelming debauchery? Is it illicit, lascivious ideals? Those are the letters of that name. You know, we had before us the worst electoral lesson in our country's history. And someone is saying that if you go to court and you don't get justice, you be calm, don't pull down the roof. It was that Catholic American president that said a long time ago, John F. Kennedy, that those who make peaceful change impossible make violent change inevitable. These are truism beyond doubts. And when they try to tell you, because the new debate is not necessarily the difference between military rule and democracy, but they are trying to throw before us the difference between autocracy and military rule. And I think they are Siamese twins. One cannot replace the other. If you refuse to allow the rule of law, if you refuse to allow the transparency of the electoral process, if you refuse to allow the people to express their rights through transparent electioneering process, what do you get? At best, you get autocracy, and autocracy is not democracy. At best, you get what people have now catched as civilian coup. So, for those who think that the judiciary can hide behind technicalities and complexities, I think that the truth is that the first time in our historicity, and that's my word for those who think that the young people aren't doing enough. I think that the young boys and young girls, our brothers and sisters and the obedience out there have broken all records across our world. In electioneering processes, they've taught the world a new lesson. You know what it is? From 2, 3, 4 persons tweeting in a room, we became the superstructure. You know, at some point they said we didn't have a structure, but we became the superstructure. And we won an election fair and square. And those who think that they are masters of subterfuge, deceit, debauchery, and larceny think that they can cower the people. I told one of my aides this morning, I said, well, I've made up my mind. If you come to my car, my truck out there, you see I have change of clothes, I have my toiletries. I'm used to it. I've made up my mind. And in my tweet yesterday, I told the world, I said, you don't beat a child and refuse the child the right to cry. Those who are threatening us have beaten us silly. They took our mandate away and they don't want us to cry. Who does that? And I said, open the prison yards. Open the prison yards. Oh, well, they say, okay, he's used to it. Yes, I'm 52, interestingly. And of that 52 years of my life, I spent 8 years and 2 months in one custody or the other. So I'm a veteran in creative suffering. I'm not scared. I understand that creative suffering is redemptive. I understand that if you must save a nation and save a people, you must be ready to look in the eyes of a jailer and say, I'm here not because I'm a criminal. I'm here because my moral commitment to justice and to a better society is higher than yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Prof.
So do not worry. Victory will come. The darkest point of the night is closest to morning. I'll drop the mic on this note. I've always told those who care to listen to me that one of the strongest statements that appeals to my soul were those words written long time ago by James Russell Lowell. He said, wrong forever on the throne, truth forever on the scaffold. That same truth on the scaffold sways the future. For behind the dim unknown, oh yeah, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, you're bothered and you're troubled and you're giving up. Don't give up. Behind the dim unknown standeth God in the shadows, keeping watch above his own. They can't cower us. They won't take our victory and go to sleep. He who takes what belongs to a child and lifts his hands up will suffer the pain in our trophy. And I tell you, God on the throne, the victory we won on the 25th day of the second month of the year of our Lord 2023 is sacrosanct, and we will get it back. God bless you.
Hold on there, you. Can we put our hands together for that? Even whether you understand it or not, a professor has spoken, so just clap and enjoy all the meandering of grammar and the eloquence of beautiful. Professor Chris Mwakubia, before I take the microphone from you and return back to you, please. Here are people who don't understand English too much. Tell us, show us an example. This, I don't know if it's a human being. This technicality. Give us an example so that by tomorrow we will not be shocked. This technicality. Give us a simple example. For example, if they say, based on whatever technicality, article or will be or somebody know, who be this technicality?
No, the few won't hide behind, the few won't hide behind issues. Then go say, Peter Obi not join Labour Party 30 days before the election. And then who determines the lifespan of choice in political party membership?
So that's an example of technicality.
And the courts have settled that long time ago. They feel hide behind that. They feel hide behind the fact that this issue about forfeiture happened more than 10 years ago. And then they go hide behind the fact that, in some parts of the constitution, then go say, if it's more than 10 years, you can. They feel hide behind issues about this Abuja, 2/3 of, then they go say, okay, because some, they've thrown it in the public domain, that, if you've done more than 24 states, why not add, since he won up to 27 states, Abuja? But these are all deceits, because the law is clear. And you see, God who runs, that's why I quoted James Russell Lowell, you know, truth forever on the scaffold, falsehood forever on the throne. Truth sways the future. Let me tell you how God orchestrated this moment. In some don't understand that there is the marvelous hand of God in what is happening in our country. This same chief judge of the federation ruled on some of these fundamentals. He was involved in deciding that 2/3 of Abuja must be complied with. He was involved in determining issues pertaining forfeiture. He was actually the one who said that forfeiture is punitive, is for a crime. It's not just a civil thing, it's criminal. And I don't know how he's going to eat
You mean he said all of these things?
I don't know how he's going to eat his vomit. That's why we're saying that the time has come for people to understand, really.
Oh, Prof, I'm going to get back to you, but it shows that tomorrow is going to be some interesting time in Nigeria and in Africa and in the world, don't you think?
Make them not try us.
Make them not try. I'll be back to you shortly, but I want to ask Mr. Gambo right here.
Sorry, Mr. Moore, a quick one, please.
I'll get back to you.
Just a quick one, please. Sorry, George.
Oh, okay.
Please. And I am not an obedient. I'm an
Good to know
articulate.
that.
I just want people to know. I just want people to get it clear. But Doctor said something about being technicality of the thing, that OB will be disqualified based on not joining the party 30 days after also. Well, the PDP took APC to court just recently about Vice President, double nomination, Kashim, Shatima Kashim. And court says it's a party affair. So I believe that technicality,
wow.
it's a party affair too for the Labour Party.
Oh, I think that's a good one. That's okay.
Let me add to this.
Okay.
One of the things, because I was part of those electoral reform with Plaque and Yaga, one of the things the 30 days wanted to cure was not for party registration as it relates to membership to contest election. It was the fact that primaries of political parties were riddled with irregularities and fraud. For the fact that party membership, when you want to do indirect or direct, they call it primaries, you need to register your members at INEC, in INEC, so that when the party primaries come for the direct primaries, that members of the party will participate. It do not be easy for the governors in the state, the emperors, and usually manipulate our electoral system to favor their selfish interests, to manipulate that primaries. So that was what the 30 days was meant to cure, not membership of a political party, because it's very clear that the Constitution said that you shall belong to a political party, an association, or a trade union that your interest is protected. And there was no gap to say, if you don't participate, if you don't join the party at this point in time, you will not be able to contest an election.
Wow.
Party membership is a continuous process. If you can even register a day before election, you can register on election day, because the Constitution has given that as a free movement. It's a freedom. It's your right. Right to participation, right to be involved.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we appreciate that? So we all know what technicality is, don't we? That demon or angel called technicality. Prof.
More can I say something that's important? Because if you oblige criminality and wickedness, it's your failure. Until judgment is read tomorrow, the judges have all the time in the world to do what is proper, right, and right. So let us, like the evangelicals, keep them on their toes tonight. Let us tweet, talk, chat, use all the vehicles available. You know how we build this momentum? Let us do that every second, every hour, because you know what? Like my brother said, when there's a call to nationhood, arise and obey. We are the grail bearers of a hope that we represent. If you turn your eyes, the thief will steal it. We made mistakes post-election. And I'm not here to talk about the calmness or the meekness of our principal. My apologies to my brother here, who is with Atiku, because he stepped out on the street twice or so. But that's not the issue. We're at that point where it's your right to make sure that the judges do right.
Thank you.
We're at that point where you must keep them on their toes. We're at that point where you must tell them that you know the law. You know, it was Niyo Sundari that said a long time ago, who said, because they keep telling you, oh, you guys criticize too much, do you know the law? And he said, who says that a man cannot criticize the shape of a house except he's himself an architect? Nobody says that. I have read enough of the law. You know enough of the law. Every obedient today is by association a lawyer. Because every day you read a legal opinion, every day you post and repost a legal opinion. So tell them that you know enough. Tell them that "and" does not mean what those who hate our country have been saying. That "and" means "and." That if you get 24 states, you must get Abuja. If you don't have Abuja, you are an illegitimate president.
Thank you.
If you don't get Abuja, you are an impostor. Mo, I know you might not be used to this part, but please allow me 1 minute. Tweet it. If you're not strong enough, tag me, I will retweet it. Let us go ahead and tell them that this is a night of vigil. That we're standing toe to toe with you. I don't know whether you feel the pain I feel. I wake up in the morning, I have like 100 text messages. I'm not a robber like them. It's one person saying, oh, no food in the house, no money here, no this, no that, no that, no that. And we have never seen this level of poverty before. And you think I can cope with this for the next 4 years? What the hell is talking shit? How? Let them know. Tell the judges that we cannot stand this degree of madness. They can't give what they do not have. You can see it now. My late father said, when a man starts dancing, you know where the dance is headed. Their first few steps is 100 days now. What have they given you? Hunger, disease, despondency, want, frustration, suicide, torment, torture. Oh, come on. More.
Thank you. In 3 minutes, Dr. Barry, please come up here. We just want to, Dr. Barry, come. Just run up here quickly before I get to Mr. Gambo. Just come. I appreciate Dr. Barry as he comes up here. We just want to take some teasers from a few people. Dr. Barry, take the microphone. Tell us, can this government, this present government, can it ever have legitimacy?
No. Never.
Why?
The reason is because Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu remains an illegitimate president of Nigeria. Whether you like it or not, we are not going to take any bullshit from anybody. This is the last of the generation any government will mess with. I said it before, and I will say it again. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. Nigeria belongs to all of us. If you sit down here and think because you ate granite and corn and drank water and you are still alive, you will not join us tomorrow, God will punish you and your generation. We are going to take Nigeria, whether they like it or not. I came here to tell the world that we need to end Nigeria. If the center cannot hold, let us end it. And let us be in the water. If you don't take Nigeria now, Nigeria will take you. If you believe, say I. If you believe, say I. If you believe, say I. If you don't believe, say nay. Give me one stick. The eyes have it. Come on. The eyes have it.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Barry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Barry. Thank you. The world is hearing you. We're here. I mean, because like I said before we started, for those who are shaky, CY is the chairman of the Bar Association. And he came out and he said that regardless of what you think or whoever anybody thinks, that Asiwaju is the president of Nigeria. And if they are bold enough to say it, don't let anybody cower you from saying your own. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. Can you hear me? Don't ever, that day will not be born where there will be people who can get up and just do anyhow they want, and we will not be able to do what we want. And if I hear what Professor Chris and others have said today, this technicality, any technicality that will stop Obi, that technicality will stop Atiku. That technicality will stop, it will stop Omilocom, because of all the people. There are more contradictions. There are more technicalities, even more for Asiwaju than any of them. Supposing that technicality will happen tomorrow. That's all we're saying. If technicality can happen, then in fact it will begin from number 1 downwards. Am I correct or what? But Uncle Gambo, can technicality ever be taken out of Nigerian court?
Me, I go stand up. Oh. Then they say then be 52, 32, 92. I am 66. When I went to school in France, I was spending naira. My BTA was 180 naira that my father gave me. 180, and that was what I was spending, naira. Not French francs, not pounds, not dollar. I was spending naira. My friends that went to US were spending naira. Those who went to UK, we were going on vacation, moving from one country to the other, spending naira. We started getting problem from Murtala. I'm giving you history. Going down because I've been in Nigeria. I refuse to stay in France. Even when I have the privilege to do my PhD in France, I came back to Nigeria to do my education here because I was not accommodated. They said, in a sweet part bien adapté. I wasn't adaptable in France. Nigeria is my country. Coming back to the election, I'm surprised that I even have PDP here.
Sorry, for those who are going, I know we are live.
Yes, please.
Not that they can leave, but ensure that they get provisions, okay, so that it's okay. It's been a long day. Please appreciate those who are going. The hall has been filled to the brim. It's so beautiful. You go home, people are still watching, you continue to watch. Some are going as far. They're going very far, so it's important. That's okay. Please.
Now, because of why I come into Labour Party, to me, it was a desecration to identify myself with any other political party in Nigeria. I contested under Zero Party to be a member of the National Constitutional Conference during Abacha because it was Zero Party. Because I felt there was no party that was a party. It was a collection of rogues, a collection of thieves, a collection of oppressors, a collection of domineering people who want to oppress other people. And I am somebody who believes in freedom. And today, I stand on the platform of freedom. When Obi came out, I had to go down to dig about the man, Peter Obi, and I found out he's a man who never knew himself. He's a man who was protected, put a hedge around him by God Almighty.
We know you will do, you have given your life for this, we know that.
Now,
because we have so much to deal with.
Gentlemen, the legality issues, issue on legalities, I'm not one who fears. If you have handcuffs here, I know most of the DSS and whatever, I must have taught them. If you have handcuffs here, please, when I'm leaving, put one. I'm ready to take it. I've been there before. Technicalities is a farce. In this case, there is nothing that will come as technicalities. The judges know the truth. The truth, he has said it. It is crystal clear. 25% is Christian. He has been indicted on narcotics. He doesn't have NYSC. He doesn't have secondary school. He doesn't have... What does he have? Nothing. Why should he be my president? When I went to the university to secure all the degrees I have, and today I want an illiterate person to be my president. Not by my choice, not by your choice. Even if he said he scored 80 million votes, how many votes did PDP got? Another 8 million. They are claiming Labour Party had what? 6 million. 14 million Nigerians did say they don't like him. Why should he be our president?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Let's, we're going to, okay, we're going to run where's the mic? Let me just take the mic. Yes. We're going to keep it within 2 minutes because we also have some people in the audience that we have to. Mama, give your message.
Yes. Good
2
afternoon,
minutes.
Obedient and any other person that is near.
Nigerians.
I am Mama Do, not Mama Yara, because we have different mamas in this journey that we are in. Yes, we were asked, why are women involved? Yes, gone are the day that women were not taking. Women were at home, taking care of the home. But when we discover that men cannot do it alone, we have to arise just like we are asked to rise. So we have to. Because if you go into a home that is having no woman, that home is not looking like a home. If Nigeria did not take women alone in their journey, in their planning, Nigeria can never be what we want it to be. It can't be a suitable place for us. That is why no woman, no nation. No woman, no home, no nation. And we also know that no man, no jiggy. Therefore, women should be allowed to have a say in whatever is happening. Before I left Nyanya today, as if I'll turn back, I said I'm not turning back. Because we went to different nook and corners of this nation in rallies, campaigning to see that our pains have been reduced by getting who we are looking for. But the pains increased when we did not get what we are looking for. I continue to encourage women, children, don't be tired, don't be frustrated. God in heaven knows what we are into. And God is not silent over the pains, the bad feelings we are going through. He knows what he's doing, and he will surely do what will salvage this nation. For me, children, I'm a grandmother. Children, because the pace is always in women and children. That is why we too come up. We arise. We have risen to see that we do what the first standard, the first sentence of the national anthem said. Thank you. I would not like to disturb, to waste most of your time. I can see some of us, Naganya manza the matter anang. Zaku me ake padi anang. Ya ankira ku ka ku zo kallon television. Ba television ba. Abinda za ta taimake mu ne. Tunda muka tashi daga farko mun shiga kowane lungu. Muna ta campaign. Mun gaji da wahala da muke ciki. Mu mama da yara mu muke shan wuyan. Kamun namiji ya zo uwa ta riga ta sha wuya ta gaji da yaranta. Shi yasa mu mata muka tashi mu ce bari mu shiga cikin jirgin tafiya nan mu ga inda zai kai mu. Saboda haka ka ku ce ba ai da yaren da za ku ji ba, ku kun gaji ba za ku zauna ba. Na ga yawancin ku suna tafiya, kar ku tafi, ku dawo mu zauna tare, mu yi yaki nan yanda za mu cice kanmu da kasar mu gaba daya. Na gode. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The women have arisen. They've arose, they've all the rising, everything is already up, and there's no going down again. One more time, celebrate Mama, door to door, here today. In 2 minutes, let's hear from the young people, the young lady. Maureen, just make your submission quickly, and then we can go.
Are youth here? Are youth here? Are you risen? Are you still sleeping? Are we ready to stand? For how long are you willing to stand? until our demand, until our rights are being given to us. I'm a youth. I know what I've done. I know how much I've invested. I know my sacrifices. And when someone said youths have not risen up, we have risen. We are not sleeping. The time which we were sleeping has passed. Now, let me give an example. The people that invaded the presidential villa in Sri Lanka were the youth. And they were not different from us. We have given everything. We have gotten all the encouragement, all the platforms to take what is ours has been given to us. It's our time to stand up for our right. The president, INEC select president, said they should take it, snatch it, and run with it. We are going to snatch our rights. We are going to take what rightfully belongs to us. We know our right and we are ready.
Thank you.
To do it.
Thank
the judges, they know what to do. They do the right thing. And if they don't do the right thing, we are no longer sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll take it. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we appreciate Maureen representing the youth here? We'll take a submission from, because it came, Cargo, maybe you make your 2-minute submission and then we go back to Musa Bil Yaminu for his submission. Is that okay? Okay, now what we're going to do, you do your submission. Before you do that, Mama, we can excuse you now. You can go. Please put your hands together for Mama Door to Door. Also, Maureen, you can find your way. We have very salient, very serious questions from the online that we need to attend to. But we'll just take 1 and 2 minute submission, clear the stage, and then we can do that. Is that okay? Yes. Is that okay?
I want to thank each and every one of you.
I'll go just 2 minutes so we can do
yes,
that.
Thank you. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. We, the PDP youths, are law-abiding citizens. And we respect the rules of law. And will forever respect that. But I have a message to Asari Dokubo. Some of us are more dangerous than Asari Dokubo. It's just that we are law-abiding citizens. Let him get that to his score. And we are ready for him tomorrow. Thank you.
It's important to know what the issues are. What are the issues? One, all Nigerians want is justice. All they want is justice, not colored in how they call it, in criminalities. That's what Nigeria wants. Nigeria wants justice. Justice for their vote. Justice for their reality. Justice for the progress and development of our people. Nigerians have suffered enough. And this justice is the fact that INEC made promises. They made promises before the election. You can see Festus Okoye on TV making promises. Yakub Mahmoud was on TV making promises. What are these promises? The Electoral Act stated that INEC will make law, we determine by which way the election result will be transmitted. And INEC settled for dual transmission process, dual accreditation and transmission process. To say that the fact is that they will use IREF and they will use BVAS to transmit this result to an online portal. It is in their own written manual. It is in the written manual of INEC. These are the issues. And INEC said it in their written manual, signed by Professor Mahmoud Yakub, that when the election day comes, because the fraud in our electoral system is very clear, and the fraud occurs when you are transporting the election result from the polling unit to the ward collation center. Those who have powers, who have put our people in a state of endemic poverty, they will relay the result, they will rewrite the result, and they will announce the winner, because the law says anybody who will be announced, you cannot reverse except you go to court. These are the issues. So INEC now agreed with international communities, with the Inter-Party Advisory Council. I was there. That's why it's so painful, and I believe them. PLAC did their own. Yaga did their own. INEC now agree that on election day, that they will transmit this through electronic device to give electoral integrity to our election, to give hope to our people. To our surprise, INEC stole that hope on election day. It was stolen. Because why? INEC shifted the goalpost on election day. And people started writing results. And people started manipulating the result. And for that reason, the vote you thumb-printed and thumb-printed for your own favorite candidate, for your own chosen candidate, as enshrined in our constitution, the authority given to you to elect whoever will govern us, was taken without your consent. And tomorrow, the judiciary should know that what we voted for was good road. What we voted for was somebody who have capacity and knowledge of the economic system. What we voted for was amenities in our communities. What we voted for is health care. What we voted for is good, free education for our people. What we voted for is subsidy with plans. Subsidy removal with plans. Not subsidy, not unplanned subsidy removal that has jacked the price of rice from 46,000 to 48,000 naira. Naira to 1,000, adding up to 1,000 naira. It has made the economic reality of our people so hard that, like my brother professor said, saying this in tears, that is so painful, our Nigerians survive on a daily basis. We can't look, this country belongs to you. This country belongs to us. We are all stakeholders in the affairs of Nigeria. Nobody owns Nigeria more than the other. And I do not think that God made a mistake when he made us one country. I think that in our diversity, in our population, in our different culture and different tongues, we have made one great strength. And that's why we're the conquerors of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief Peter Ame, for that beautiful submission. We'll go straight away to the DG, Ibrahim Abdikarim.
Thank you very much. One thing I will be very happy to announce to every one of you here is that this is the most important movement I have ever seen in my life. You can clap for yourself. I have joined the Labour movement, the Labour Party, and the Obedient movement. All I have seen all through is a group of young people that always educate themselves. It's not a group of people that are just following. They always want to know how and why. Why are things happening? I follow the violence space, parallel facts. A lot of people you see, Ms. Pals, if you see her on Twitter, trying to educate Nigerians on every sitting in the PEP. Every sitting of the tribunal. They will go there, they will write what is happening. I have not seen any APC person doing that. I have not seen anybody from PDP doing that, to my own knowledge. But what I see is that what will set you free is knowledge. Because knowledge is healing. And why this government is having so much trouble with obedient movement is that they stick to knowledge and facts. And they just want people just to follow them. I'm from the north. If you're a politician in the north, nobody asks you a question. You just follow. Everybody follows. I was part of Buhari movement. I know how we run. We just follow. But I see a movement that even if Peter is going this way, they'll say, no, come back, here we won't go.
Yeah, come on now.
So he pushed them and they pushed him. We want to go and burn the country. He said, no, if it comes to me, we should not do it that way. They follow. So what I see a synergy between the led and the leading. All people are trying to get to follow and fuse together. And I see the young and I see the old, where there is no any demarcation. If there's a PDP or APC sitting here, it's going to go in the name of the who, and they will see nothing because they don't.
Come on now, come on. Come on.
So I think this is the best thing that have ever happened to Nigeria. And I told people, obedient movement is going to stay in the next 100 years. You know why? Because they have something doing. They are not just political jobbers. They are not looking for somebody. Some people are media houses, professors. That's how you see the names. So it's not something that you say, by tomorrow you don't see Dr. Mo again. No, you see Dr. Mo in the next 100 years. You will see his write-ups. You will see all this program documented and everybody will see it. This is why you'll be happy seeing yourself in the midst of this kind of movement. It's not going to, we are not going to stop till we get what? The Nigeria of our dream. That new Nigeria we're talking about, no matter what will happen in this country, we must get the Nigeria of our dream. Thank you very much.
I mean, yeah, Aleji, you know what you said? We had principle. In fact, the DG of the Obidadi Campaign Council, he was to make a submission. He's not afraid, he's not anything. He said, let's give the young people. He was the one that ensured that Maureen came out. Ambassador Kesh, they all came. I've never seen that in any party. Of course, they are willing, more than willing to speak, but they are saying, let's have the young people. We have leaders of the CSG. We have Dr. Charles. They've been sitting. Look at, what's her name? Angel is principal actors, all sitting. This is something completely new. And it will remain forever, because this is what change is about. This is what revolution is about. And it is being televised. Tomorrow, not tomorrow. Isn't that why we're here? Yeah. Let's have your submission.
Yeah, this is our moment of decision. We either make it or we might. We either take our country back and put it on the right track, or we lose everything. Nigeria will turn to be like the USSR. It is not my prayer. It is that we come back to be as one strong, indivisible nation. It is us that will determine that, not the judiciary, not the people in government, we that are seated here. So, this is our moment of what? Decision. This is our moment of what? Decision. This is our moment of what? Decision. Either we make it or we might. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I will sing a motivational song that you all know how to sing. And for the first time, I want you, as you're singing the song, listen to yourself as you enunciate the words and begin to ask what it means to you. The song I'm going to sing doesn't even have a title, but the first word in that song is arise. The song didn't begin with calm down. It didn't say cool down. Your national anthem is telling you to do what? Arise. So let's sing it with passion.
Let's stand up, everybody. Come
on
now.
Arise, oh compatriots, Nigeria's call obey. To do what? To serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. Why? The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with hearts and mind, one nation bound in freedom, then peace and unity. Thank you, Nigerians.
Come on, we can clap better than that, Nigeria. Indeed, make your 2-minute submission. Okay, you make our submission and then we'll come back to Mr. Nnamdi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Right, I am back again. And this time around, I'm not going to be saying much. I've said almost everything I needed to say. But one thing I will say to you is that the problem of Africa is our problem. The problem of this country is our problem. Not people from the East or the West, it's a collective problem. And it's for us to solve it. You look on to America, you look on to Russia, United Kingdom, China, they will not do anything for you. So I am here in Africa, in my father's land. I'm a Nigerian. And I am saying to all of you that this is a time for us to wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee. This is the time. This is the time. It is not tomorrow. It is not next tomorrow. Today is the day. So let's start. Let's wake up and start fighting for what belongs to us. Our country belongs to us, every one of us. So arise and let us do this together. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me have it. Come on, appreciate Ndidi Mbagu.
Yes. I rather stand at this time. Let me prick the conscience of our Lord Justices. Even us on this side are not more Nigerians than you. You have family. You have community. You have a nation. So if you are excluded, what about those around you? If you can't save yourself, who will? If you allow these shenanigans to succeed, how safe will you be? If you would but give the black community some sense of pride, that we are not animals, and that we deserve better than what we are being given. If you but just save yourself, and this nation would have been saved. Technicality is simply corruption. Don't embrace it. That's what it is, my Lord Justices. You come with technicalities. What it states clearly is that you adopted corruption. Nigeria is your country. Without Nigeria, Africa will not rise. Without Africa, the black community on earth will not be respected. So history beckons. History beckons. Make a name for yourself, for your children, and for your family, for nation. Heaven will not fall. Correct this ill. Correct this injustice. Correct this evil. Do not enthrone civilian coup if you will not allow military coup. Please, do not enthrone civilian coup if military coup is not right. But by the way, are the military not Nigerians? Are we more Nigerians than they are? So if the nation is in this irrepressible state, who said the Nigerian in a military uniform cannot save Nigeria? How is that a problem? Is a palace coup without a drop of blood not better than a civilian coup that allowed people to be killed? What are we even saying? It happened in Nigeria, no blood was dropped. In Gabon, no drop of blood. But the so-called democracy that they want us to embrace, people were killed in different parts of Nigeria. And they say we should rather embrace that one. My Lord Justices, you have an opportunity to save Nigeria. All is in your hand. The ball is now in your court. May Nigeria win. May Nigeria win. May Nigeria win. May Nigeria win. Tomorrow, 6th February 2023. May Nigeria win. Thank you, sir. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. I think this submission by my brother and friend, Mazen Namdi, deserves a loud ovation. Can we one more time applaud the submission
La 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 la.